If you have been thinking about building a barndominium in Texas, you are definitely not alone. Whether you're looking outside of Dallas, near Austin, or somewhere in the beautiful Texas Hill Country, I talk to people every single week who are somewhere in that process. Some already own land, others are still looking, and plenty of people are simply trying to figure out where to start. I'm Megan, also known as the Barndo Chick. And if there is one thing that I've learned in more than 23 years in construction financing, it's this. Most people are not afraid of building a barndominium. They are afraid of getting it wrong. Nobody wants to spend money twice. Nobody wants to buy the wrong piece of land. And nobody wants to discover halfway through the project that they should have done things a little differently from the beginning. That's where having the right guide makes all the difference. And yes, I did just point at myself. Because building a barndo is not difficult when you have a plan. The challenge is knowing which steps to take first and which mistakes to avoid entirely. That is what I help people do every single day. So let me ask you a question. If you're building a barndo, where would you start? With the land, the builder, maybe the architectural plans, or the financing? Believe it or not, that is one of the most common questions that I get. Now, if you have been spending time online looking at floor plans and dreaming about your future home, that is completely normal. And honestly, that's part of the fun. But before you start spending money on architectural plans, land, engineering, builders, or anything else for that matter, there are a few conversations that should happen first. And that is exactly where I come in. I've built my own 12,000 square foot barndo. I've built my own traditional home. And I've spent enough time developing land and flipping properties to know where people tend to get tripped up. So when I tell you there's a framework to this process, I'm speaking from personal experience. And the good news, you don't have to figure it all out by yourself. That's my job. From dirt to done, my team and I help clients understand the process, avoid expensive mistakes, and move forward with confidence. One of the most common calls I get is from somebody who's already found that perfect piece of property. They are excited. They're sending the link. They're sending me pictures. They can already see where the house is going to go, what the shop looks like, and they can see themselves sitting on the back porch drinking coffee. And I get it. It is exciting. But let me ask you something. Have you ever been so excited about something that you stop looking for reasons that it might not work? Most of us have. It's human nature. Sometimes a property turns out to be absolutely perfect. And sometimes there are questions that should have been asked before anyone got emotionally invested. That is exactly why I encourage people to have a conversation earlier in the process. Not because I want to slow anybody down, quite the opposite. I want to help you avoid surprises. The right property can be an incredible opportunity. The wrong property can become a very expensive lesson. And sometimes they look exactly the same online. They're tricky that way. The same thing happens with builders. I can't tell you how many people call me and say, Megan, I have found my builder. Sounds great. It's fantastic. And I love the excitement. But before we start planning the housewarming party with the builder, there are a few things that need to be confirmed first. Most situations are completely manageable when they're addressed early. That really is the theme of this whole thing. Not perfection, preparation. A little bit of planning up front can save a tremendous amount of time, money, and definitely stress later. Let's be honest. Most people don't wake up one morning and suddenly know how to build a barndo. They just know they want one. And that's the easy part. Figuring out the smartest path to get there, that's where having the right team makes all the difference. Whether you are still saving photos online or actively looking for land, maybe even talking with builders or sitting there thinking, I know I want one. I just don't know what the first step is. That is exactly why I'm making this video right now. My job is to help you understand the process, avoid expensive mistakes, and move forward with confidence. If you're considering building a barndo in Texas, you will find a link below where you can tell me a little bit about your project. It just takes a few minutes. It helps me understand what you're hoping to build, and I genuinely cannot wait to see what you have in mind. If you enjoy content like this, be sure to subscribe. The Barndominium community is one of the most welcoming groups of people you will ever meet. Let's be honest. If you're watching this video, you already know you want a Barndo. I'm Megan, the Barndo Chick, powered by Excel Mortgage, and I look forward to helping you take your project from dream to done.